everyone, good day people. This is Divine TV. My name is Agatashila Omomi and you're watching Entrepreneurs Hub. Today I have an amazing guest in the house. I'll be sharing us the insights of his business. Let me get you guys heightened. All right, sir, nice to meet you. It's good to have you here with us. May we know you, sir?
Glad to be here too. My name is Oluwole Madariola and I'm a printer by profession. I'm into printing and publishing.
Okay, so you're the CEO of Sunrise Imprint.
Though I don't prefer to be called CEO. I'm just director. Yeah, I'm just the director of the business.
So let's start with the name. Everybody loves the Sunrise, but then what brought about the name for you?
I don't want to go too spiritual anyway, but the name Sunrise in question, is a name I receive in trance.
Oh wow!
And I see it as a project given by God, so that's why it goes beyond just business. It's a commitment for me. It's a calling. So that's what came about the name.
Okay, so why did you decide to go into the printing press business? Like, what brought about that aspect of a business for you?
For me, printing press business is not something I just decide on my own or perhaps based on challenges around. No. For me, it's been a childhood thing.
Okay.
I grew up with the skill. So at a point, my parents, while still going to secondary school, they thought that since I'm into, drawing and artisting, they decided to take me to go and learn that skill. So while going to school, I also go to learn printing. So that's how I acquired more knowledge about it. Like I said, I started from childhood anyway. And it's not as if I see it from anywhere. I just developed interest in, painting, sketching, and drawing. So before my parents took me to the line of printing, although sketching and painting is another aspect of, art that is not printing.
Yeah.
So people tends to mix the two
together.
But I'm not going to say I regret that my parents actually took me to learn printing because with full appreciation to God and to my parents, if they are taking me to go and do drawing, I will not be happy. Honestly, I really enjoy the lean and it is a privilege for me to be in the printing line. So, and it actually helped me even when I was going to school.
Yeah.
To our institution.
In your business line, how did you come about picking your own location for your business?
It was very difficult for me to do that.
Okay.
Because for me, I started printing while in my school days. So, and I schooled around over Ikeja. So at a point, there was family indifferences back home, and I had to, go back to Ikorodu where I hail from, where I'm presently. So at that point where my thought was to just go there and settle the indifferences and come back to Ogba. But getting there, it wasn't really easy for me. In fact, you won't believe that I had to leave all my equipment and family back here till my friend had to take care of it, get it sold because I was unable to come back. I had to go back to Ikorodu and start afresh all over. So I lose the customers and all that. But at a point too, I decided to still come back to Ogba because I could not compare, the sales to Ikorodu. And again, the standard here from Ikeja to Ikorodu is just too wide. I had to make sure that I come back to Ikeja. And that was very difficult for me. So at a point, this online presence came and we all want to tap into it so that to better our business and to improve sales. So, and doing that, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to come down to where you want to be. You can be anywhere and online. You get in touch with anybody.
Yeah,
so
make sales.
Yeah, so that's why I decided to just stay back in Ikorodu. Although there are ambitions to still push out, but presently we're at Ikorodu.
Okay. So how did you go about getting, funding and capital, especially like for your business? Some people say they borrowed money from a bank or from family or something. Like, how did you get yours?
That for me is very sad to say that we're in a very bad economy, And for me, Nigeria is a nation where there's no yardstick to whether bank is going to borrow you money or not. If you like, work from now till the next another month to bank for loan. They keep pushing you here and there. And it really affected my business. I will not lie. For 2 different times, I have closed down my business.
Wow.
Because of funding. Because the onus now lies on me. I have to work with what I have. And at a point, what I have is not sufficient to take the business to the level I want it to be. So sometimes I have to just mellow down, wait until I manage to gather enough from these little works I'm able to gather around and still push out. In fact, let me be even quick to tell you that as a printer, I said I'm also into publishing. Yeah. I publish on Sunrise News magazine. And for like 7 months that I run production for that magazine, I was the one funding the magazine. And for each of those production that we go for every month, we spend nothing less than 120,000 naira, which is coming from an account. My staffs, God helped me that my staffs, they are relatives somehow. Okay. That they have to bear the salary thing, they have to bear all the conditions of the business, because we have to agree that if we eventually succeed, we are still going to enjoy it together. So they were just there for me. But who is going to take that forever? So at a point, it started to grow, and I could not manage the finances, because whatever we make on the sales and little advert that comes in, we still have to roll it over to the next production. If I even have to still add up to it. So at a point, that magazine had to go down till date. So we are just coming back online for the magazine. So it's not really been easy. Funding has not been easy. But thank God, a wise man says that every little drop of water makes a mighty ocean. It's just by proper planning, and with time, I've been able to come out. Till date, I've not gone to any bank to apply for any loan, because I have colleagues that have been doing that that's not working out. And they will tell you that you have to meet up with so cash flow, inflow and outflow for every month, and for the next so month, your turnover has to be so amount before you can apply for. For me, it was not working, because this is a business that is just starting. So how do you expect me to get millions of turnover in my account before I can apply for? No, it was not helping. So I had to just go back and resolve with what I have, with the little I'm making, and start planning towards it. And by God's grace, if you get to my office now, I would say to the tune of 40 to 50%, my equipment are in place, although we are still looking out for more. So the more the equipment, the more the results on profits that you get. So that's just been basically how I've been moving about the business in terms of funding.
All right, guys, you've heard it from him. Please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this break. Thank you.
Enjoy inspirational, informative, and soul-lifting Christian programs such as Christian Parenting and Homefront, Light After Darkness, Fulfilling the Mandate, Kids and Bible, Movies Review, Shepherd's Spouse, Kingdom Stars, Teens Perspectives, My Next Gospel Event, and lots more on Divine Television. Download Divine TV mobile app on Google Play Store or watch on our YouTube channel. You can also visit www.tvdivine.net. Divine TV, enriching souls through the gospel of Christ.
Welcome back, guys. If you're just tuning in, this is Entrepreneurs Hub. All right, so your business, in every business there are always challenges. It could be financially, it could be, in other areas. So have you been able to manage these challenges?
Like I said earlier when you were asking how I managed to fund the business, for me, my major challenge was getting sophisticated equipment to run my business. Printing this day has gone beyond the era of manual, where you tell your customers to give you job, you have to tell them to come back 3-4 days back. When you see, especially online, when they can apply online, get that same job almost immediately at their doorstep. So, and the difference between those who delay and those who give you like right instant is the equipment that is there. For me, when I started back, when I moved back to Ikorodu, even the days when I started in Oba, there was no machine. I had to take it down to Shomolu or Mushin to get it done, bring it back to Ogba. Sometimes it takes like 2-3 days. So when I now move, and Ogba is a bit closer to Mushin or Shomolu here. When I now moved back to Ikorodu, it was like I had to tell my customers to wait 4 or 5 days. Sometimes so many disappointments and all that. Now the problem is not because I don't know what I'm doing or I don't know what to do. I know them and I know how to do them, but where are the equipment? I don't have the equipment around to make me achieve the desired results and meet up the standard in the job. So this has been the major challenge. And how do I overcome this? That's where funding comes in. Because some of this equipment that we're talking about, they are in millions, not thousands. So I had to look for means or do some probably petty works to be able to acquire a lot of money to acquire this equipment. And I think that was when I crossed to all this cooperative thing, move into multipurpose union, and we started, and that's how I got 3 of those major machines presently, although they are about still 8. So I'm still looking forward to getting 4 from them. So the major challenge has still been, getting these sophisticated equipments that can be able to make me to give the standard beat time and, meet up with customer stays for me.
Okay, so what makes your business different? I mean, there are so many printing presses all over the place. Like, what makes yours, different from the others? What makes it stand out?
It's not far-fetched. I told you earlier that I went to Nigerian Institute of Journalism. In my area, for instance, in Ikorodu, if you gather all the printers around, the major area where you get printing done in Ikorodu is Oluwole. And if you gather almost everybody there, is very rare before you get at least, let me say, 20% of them that are educated. For me, coming to NIJ was like an eye-opener for me. And you cannot underestimate the place of education in anything you do. The fact that I went to school informed my choice of the kind of establishment I want to put out there. So at times, when customers come to my office, for me, I get from their testimony that my education, the kind of education I have is helping the business to move. Not because they cannot get what I'm offering from others, but because of the standard I've put in place, because of the kind of setting I gave my office, because of the kind of hospitality I offer, you understand? And the kind of standard too in the business. A layman that has not gotten enough exposure may just, for instance, brand a t-shirt and just hand it over or put it in a black line or hand it over to customer. And for me, I may go as far as going into package the business, even when it's going to attract extra cost. I don't mind. Because what I'm selling is a brand, is the business. And not just because they've come to patronize and I've given them what they want after all. So I just have to know. I package it. So the uniqueness of my own business, what makes me stand out is my own number one, education, and the kind of method I've adopted into the service I offer and the hospitality I give to my customers. So basically.
Wow, that's fantastic. So how do you market your business, to people? Like, what strategies do you use, to create awareness? Okay, this is what we do. This is how we do it.
Thank God to Mark Zuckerberg, and thank God to the likes of Google Brothers and all other social media's inventors. They've really helped us. Before now, it used to be the issue of passerbys, referrals. Customers you work for, and they are able to refer you to another persons who know somebody that can refer you. Or probably where you host your business and you work, the kind of people that pass by and say, okay, they do so business, say, okay, when I want to do such services, I'll get to come. These days, I can, like I said, I'm in Ikorodu, I can easily reach out to Lekki, reach out to Ibadan, Abuja, and without even getting there, I can get contracts from them and even deliver such stuff, accurately. That's the power of the media for us. Although I just tapped into it, it's not even up to a year that I tapped into it, and I've not regretted it. And I'm even like, I know I would have started it maybe
Way back.
years back. I would have gone far than this.
So far, so good. What are the things that you have made you appreciate the fact that you're an entrepreneur? Like, what are those things that you've enjoyed about starting your own business?
There's no other thing than independence. If I had not been an entrepreneur, I would think life is unfair to have been like this, especially Nigeria as a nation. But because I am an entrepreneur, because I've chosen to be an entrepreneur, an entrepreneur is an individual who takes the risks to own his own business and is willing to manage whatever risks that emanate from such. Totally, there's nobody that we are depending on.
Yeah.
The loss, when the business falls to loss, you bear it all alone. When it comes to profit, you also takes responsibility for it. So it gives me the ability to be able to take responsibility, total responsibility for whatever happens. And it's also giving me the ability to also, not give up regardless. Regardless, life is all about ups and downs. We fail. Then do we now give in to failures? No. We fail, and because we have this urge burning in us, we want to rise even 10,000 times over and over again. So it has taught me independence, and it has made me to be resilient, so that to face whatever comes my way, even as right in my family. If I had not been, I would not be able to cope.
Yeah.
You understand? So that is the only thing which I think I will appreciate that as an entrepreneur. I've gotten, and it has helped a lot.
Okay, so what are those qualities of a business person that you feel you have that has, helped you grow and develop in the business line?
Although I won't say I have them all, and I would not say, there's an Englishman that says that every day we live to learn. So long as you're an entrepreneur and you have not given up being one, you keep learning every day. So that's why I say that I've not had it all. But number one is patience. Patience is a virtue if you want to be an entrepreneur. When I started back in Ikorodu, I ran my shop for 8 months and I get just not even one single patronage.
Wow.
You will not believe that if any of my colleagues back in school was probably privileged to just pass by my shop, they will not believe that I had a single education. They will not believe, because I had to be there on my bench sleeping. It's not as if I had set the the office up to standard. It's just one single container and a banner, and probably the furnitures, benches and stools. So I'll be there, doing some petty work for people to just know that I'm doing something relating to printing. But I will just be there sitting on the bench till morning till night, close, go back, come the next day. And that's how I ran it for. In fact, the very first month, which is the 4th month, I got just one single person say, "Is it printing you are doing here?" It was like I won a lottery. I've never seen such in the past 3-4 months. Nobody to ask. They will just be passing. But people are noticing. That's just the truth. Whatever you do, people are seeing you, but they don't have, they don't have what requires them to come for your service. That's why you're not seeing them. At a point, they get to have, and they'll bring them to you because they've been passing and seeing you. Although that is one of the major challenge of local businesses. Not this area of when you have media in places when you can just throw advert online and people start calling. So it takes patience. If not for patience, I would have given up a long time, and I wouldn't have been here. Although I may have been in a better place, God knows, but it will now be a question of quick results, and that will attract nothing other than ego. But this one, I've been able to teach me habits. I've been able to survive over so many things over time, and patience is one of those things. So if you want to survive as an entrepreneur, there's no magic anywhere. You will not start and be there. There are processes to it, and it is a kind of slow progress thing. Slow progress. So slow and steady, you get there. So patience is one of it. And second aspect of it is financial prudency. I tell people this every time. If you invest 100,000 naira in a business, and it brings forth, and this is a business, a cradle business we've just started, and it yields a profit of 10,000 naira, and you take the whole 10,000 naira, you squander it because you have your 100,000 naira in place. Remember, you have not eaten anything from the capital, but you are killing the business, because what you needed to do, whether you are the owner of the 10,000 naira, it is a borrowed or is a loan, what you needed to do is to give back the profit to the business. In fact, you need to, there's a book I read, Cash Flow Quadrant. You have to give back the profits into the business for the next 5 years. Financial prudency. Until the business is able to survive on its own without the capital, without the invested capital. That is when you can now start, if you are not even eating the profit, you now need to do something. You now have to place your profit on percentage. You have to have a reserve, because business doesn't just go like that. What about when, economic
when there's
issues?
an economic meltdown?
Yes, when it happens, there is inflation, there is deflation. How do you survive with your businesses? So these you would have done far back. There's something I keep telling people: there's no good luck anywhere. It is when preparedness meets with opportunity, then people tend to say, that guy lucky. Yes, I agree. The guy lucky, but the guy has prepared. If he had not prepared, when the opportunity came, he will not fit in. He will not fit in. So you prepare for this. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but you prepare for it. Okay, what if there's no economic meltdown, or we don't have any economic issue, and the business needs to expand? There's a stage you get to, what you have is not enough to accommodate your customer base. Now, there's need for expansion. How do you do that? Do you now go back to square one? No. This sacrifice you have paid in your profits will now come to play. There is a stage you get to, your business needs to have presence somewhere other than the location you have started from. How do you manage it? So these are all the things you put in place. Financial prudence is very, 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 very important that you have it. Patience, financial, and the next thing is dedication. Dedication. I have never seen a white man that starts business with a particular zeal, with a particular passion, and because he has arrived a stage at a point in time, he decided that, I'm not giving that business the kind of community I've started with. No. It only happens here in Africa. When you see a man that started with no kobo, and at a point, probably they are a millionaire now, and they started, when they started, they resume work 7 a.m. and they close 8 p.m. Because they think they have arrived now. They start going to work 1 p.m. The dedication started going down drastically, and if the care is not taken, you are killing the business. And I will tell you how. No matter how you train a personnel or a staff to act in your place, even when you are not there, to handle your job like you are the one there, that they will do it like you're the one. No. Humans will remain humans. And even if they are not, naturally, nature will demand something from them that will just affect the job, because we meet to part and we part to make. We are not going to be together forever. At a point, they will yearn for their own independence. And when they go, what happens? So you have to be there. You have to give it the kind of dedication you have started with from onset into the business.
Okay, so your kind of production now, as in currently, do you do like large scale or medium or just small scale, like presently? I
handle the three.
Okay.
Just to back up what I just finished with. I started small, and I'm this stage now. I handle, even if small jobs comes, I handle it as if because there are units to handle it. So
okay. Yeah. Okay, guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Let's go on a short break. Thank you.
Enjoy inspirational, informative, and soul-lifting Christian programs such as Christian Parenting and Homefront, Light After Darkness, Fulfilling the Mandate, Kids and Bible, Movies Review, Shepherd's Spouse, Kingdom Stars, Teens Perspectives, My Next Gospel Event, and lots more on Divine Television. Download Divine TV mobile app on Google Play Store or watch on our YouTube channel. You can also visit www.tvdivine.net. Divine TV, enriching souls through the gospel of Christ.
All right, guys, if you're just tuning in, this is Entrepreneurs Hub, and we've been sharing so much insight about businesses and all of that. So welcome if you're just tuning in. This is Entrepreneurs Hub. All right. So how do you define success, sir? How do you define it?
Success for me is not is an institution, is a legacy. You understand? And not just a walk in the park. As an entrepreneur, we need to know one thing, and it helped shape me. If Sunrise Imprint gets defunct after I die, you know, have not achieved anything. I want it to
be like a legacy.
Yes, it's an institution. You know, it should be a legacy that others, or most importantly, my lineage should be able to sustain. And I have people that I'm emulating in this line that are gone, but business is still speaking. You know, that is success for me. It is not all the things that happen in your entire life and all the things you get to enjoy. No.
What advice do you have for young people aspiring to be, you know, entrepreneurs and all of that? Like, what advice do you have for them?
Although the kind of advice I have is not limited to young people, but I like the fact that you say young people because it's actually the center of focus here.
Yes.
The young man that we seem to see today, if care is not taken, may be the threat of the society tomorrow, and may as well be the transformation that the society grieves for tomorrow. I would just want to advise today, yes, there are so many things that can discourage that every young man in the street today to want to become an entrepreneur. You want to say Nigeria is not worth it, the economy is bad leadership. Yeah, we all know. But the question I ask myself is, does it mean that we still don't have people who do justice to nature as we speak? Does it mean that we don't have people who survive based on, you know, what they offer, what they genuinely do today? We do. I can go on and mention names, you know. So these are the kind of people I want us to emulate, and this is the kind of area I want our institution to focus at, not at all these negative influence that we have today in the society. I do applaud my trainees. I tell them, in this kind of century, before you can see, because presently I'm training a group of, I think they are about 12 or 15 now in my office.
Wow.
You know, and every day I tell them, you know, there's no how they don't want to misbehave. And I tell them, come, this thing that you are doing will not last. The only thing that will last is what you have come here to do, and you have to remain focused at it. And if by chance you want to spend 2 years, 3 years, the day you have started, it's the end is knocking already. Because the day you start something, the end is knocking already, so you should know what you are doing. If by chance, with the kind of negative influence, with kind of economic discouragement that we have today, you see how somebody who is willing to learn something, let's also encourage them. So, and the youths, the young ones out there, they are not left out. So I would just want to encourage them to, you know, take time. There's nowhere we want to be that we cannot always, you know, be there. But with time and with proper planning, we'll be there. Yeah.
All right, that's amazing. It's been so amazing having you here with us today. It's been so inspirational, you know, hearing all of these details, hearing how it started, how you've grown, how you've, you know, weathered so many storms. It shows that determination is one very good thing in starting your own business. Yeah. Okay, so please let the viewers know where we can find you on your social media handles and the location of your business.
Presently, like I said, I'm located at Ikorodu area of Lagos. And like I said, my business name is Sunrise Imprint, and my publication is Sunrise News Magazine. So you can always link me in any of these on Facebook at Sunrise Imprint, and on Instagram the same thing. And I also have a website, you know, www.sunriseimprints.com.ng, and you also have Sunrise News Magazine ng.com. I can always reach out.
All right, guys, you guys have heard it from him. You've heard it from him. You've heard everything that he has shared, the details, the journeys, the challenges, the shortcomings, and all of it. So that will be all for today on the show. This is Divine TV, and you're watching my show, Entrepreneurs Hub. I remain your humble host, Agutashalo Omomi, See you guys same time, same station. Don't go anywhere, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We love you. Bye.